performed even beyond expectation.
Well, Your Excellency, what would you say are the biggest achievements of your administration?
Yeah, what I will say really is what I call mentality change. Before I came, people lost confidence. What belongs to government seems to be what belongs to nobody. There was absolute lack of order, total disorder. As a matter of fact, it was difficult for people to move from one point to another point. Farmers were crying, business activities were crumbled. I recall with sadness how an attempt by some of my aides to buy food items from relief markets, how they couldn't access relief market for more than 3 hours. How almost before you to get to relief market, you need a canoe to go in there. How all the roads in Owerri, the capital city, were destroyed. How the whole industries in Imo State were destroyed. How things were not working. Now, I identified after a proper assessment the things that were needed. The first thing I established was to make movement possible. I discovered 3 major roads which I consider the core economic arteries if Imo State must function. To move from urban center in Olu to Owerri, the state capital, that used to take 2 to 3 hours. I did a dualized quality road of world-class standard. Now, to move from Olu to Owerri, you can do it under 30 minutes. To move from Okigwe to Owerri, which before I came was impossible to do under 3-4 hours, you can now do in 40 minutes. From Umuahia to Owerri, the same thing. I also recognize that there was this huge youth unemployment, which led to all forms of criminal activities. Crime rates grew astronomically. What did I do? I created jobs through empowerment of our young men and women. I trained different people on different skills. I introduced the Imo Skill Up program. I graduated the first cohort, 5,000, second cohort, 15,000. Only last week, we have admitted 40,000 youths. So far, our target is to graduate 300,000. We've done very close to 100,000 digital and non-digital skills acquired by our people. So we have done a lot of things. I have recovered so many industries that were lost before this time. And through that, we created jobs. I established, we have now 3 universities. The 2 additional universities, apart from that, it will ease admission problems that have greeted our youth population. It will also create jobs and develop the communities where these schools are sited. So as a matter of fact, there are so many things to remember why Hope Uzodinma should be re-elected by Imo people. And I'm not disappointed because every day, speaker after speaker, encomiums, endorsements, excitements, enthusiasm is what is greeting my campaign. From one local government to another local government, you will hardly know the difference. So Imo people are very excited, they are very appreciative, apart from few disgruntled and bitter politicians who are in the opposition, who chose to do their own campaign on social media using blackmail as the only instrument they have.
Right. So having said all that, I want us to focus on infrastructure development, which is very critical, which is a critical component to the development of any nation or state. Right. So what plans do you have to raise the bar during your second term?
Yeah, honestly, what the second term will give me opportunity to consolidate. I have just mentioned the major economic roads in Imo State that before this time were broken down, which I have recovered. All I will do is to move further into the hinterlands, to take care of the rural routes, to boost agricultural activities, to enable rural farmers to bring their produce to the urban centers for to sell. And then I will also modernize the primary health care. Currently, we enjoy free medical social insurance. Our health insurance program, which we have just perfected recently, will be expanded from the formal sector to the informal sector in a manner that we will make medical services affordable and available to our people. I will also upgrade all our tertiary and secondary institutions to make education affordable for our people. Quality education. The word quality education. I will increase and stimulate the economic activities. When I came in 2020, we had an internally generated revenue profile of less than 500 million naira. As I speak to you, we do very close to 3 billion every month. Still work in progress. By the time our land administration system is properly automated through ages, we will earn more revenue. I'll work hard to offload those below the monthly income of 100,000 naira from our tax net as a way of stimulating economic activities. I will create incentives that will make investors want to invest in Imo State by issuing things like tax holidays, emphasis status to new industries, and ensure that economic activities and return on investment will be very attractive to do business in Imo State. So there's so many things. When I came, there was no document guiding the location of industries. I perfected an industrial policy, working in partnership with UNIDO. And today we have a policy framework governing a location of industries in Imo State. And I have visited every sector of the economy, oil and gas, agriculture, and the social services. Imo State is known for its tourist attraction. I will encourage the operators of hotels in Imo State not only to upgrade the quality of service and infrastructure, to make sure that they are properly patronized by those visiting Imo State as a choice. Before I came in 2019, I launched a manifesto to Imo people. I'm happy to inform you that everything contained in the manifesto of 2019, I achieved very close to 89%. So what I'm coming now to do, if re-elected, is to stabilize and sustain all those things that I've achieved in my first term. And I'm very happy that reactions from Imo State, Imo people, very, very encouraging.
Right. So we'll come back to that. But your party, the APC, will contend with strong opponents in PDP and Labour Party. How confident are you about your party's chances?
There is only one party in Imo State, APC and others. There used to be PDP here, but it's no more. The Labour Party is not, you have seen what is happening. The Labour Party, as I speak to you, we don't know where their office is. We have not seen their offices. We don't know who is the candidate. In one breath, they tell you it's Mr. B. In another breath, they tell you it's Mr. C. So this kind of confusion is what will usher a government. And the C candidate, those who say they are candidates of a party, whose business is to shout, lament. I believe in conversation. I need to see political opponents or practitioners who will be humble enough to discuss and take to conversations. When I have not seen anybody really, I have not seen anybody contesting the election, apart from what I see and read in the social media. I invite you to come to Imo State and find out for yourselves how the situation of things. Imo State is already on auto cruise, because of my administration, with the support of my political party, the All Progressive Congress. That is the only party to beat in Imo State.